Hello, welcome to Hevlendordesigns. In today's video, I'll show you how to make a 3D swirl logo design in Corel Draw. Okay, for today's, we're going to be using a rectangle. You call up the rectangle tool. Just click and drag to make a shape. Just size the rectangle. Let's do 230 millimeters by 100 millimeters. Okay, so with this 230 millimeters and 100 millimeters, pick up the shape tool, click on this node. You can see when you click and drag, you can turn the rectangle into curve. So for this tutorial, we're going to turn it into a full circle, so you see how it looks. Then with the ellipse tool, click and drag, holding down your control key to make a perfect circle. And for this, we are going to size it to be 100 by 100 millimeter. Now you select the circle and select the rectangle. You press E to align it to the top. Press L on your keyboard to align it to the left. Okay, so you can duplicate this. Click and drag, right click to duplicate. Then hold the circle, hold down your shift key, select, and you can align to the right. And when you press E, letter E on your keyboard, aligns to the center. All right, so this is what we have here. So now we're going to rotate this rectangle, but we have to change the center. So you click on the center of the rectangle, it changes to the rotate gear. So you change the center of the rectangle to that of the circle. So you click and drag this where you are moving it. Note that it will just indicate to you to snap to the center. You leave it there and move this gear. Click and drag, holding down your control. Okay, so you will rotate to the angle of 60 degrees. Right click, holding your left mouse button, and that will duplicate it. So we do the same thing for this other part again. Click on the circle, change the point, this time from this angle 60 degrees. So this is perfectly what we want. Okay, so with the smart fill tool, just create this object. Alright, so select these two upper objects and weld them together to make them one object. So now just click, select this object and the center and duplicate it, bring it to the side. Okay, so now to just repeat the same process we have. So if you click on this to find the center of this, I think let me make this an outline or change this color so you can see. Okay, so you can see where it snaps to be the center. And if you want to rotate this now, you see it's not aligning. So how do we find the center of this triangle? Okay, so you can zoom in a little bit with any of the freehand tools. Okay, so while you're moving on the edge, you see to tell you on the edge. Okay, when it says midpoint, you click and align it to this. So do the same thing for this area. Okay, so this is the midpoint. With this, we have defined the center of this circle. So you can select, click and drag to select all of them and group. Now we change this triangle point, so this is the center. So now we can gladly do this. Let's move this apart and have more of this. So this is to an angle of 120 degrees. You press Ctrl R to repeat, so you can see how wonderful that turns out to be. Okay, so now to apply, we need to just apply gradient to make the square have this 3D feel. So with our interactive fill tool, we click and drag over this. Alright, click and drag over this. Then you can select as many colors as possible. So let's start out with the yellow, since we are on yellow. If you click and hold down on this color, you see it brings out this menu. So we want to use the lightest version here. Okay, so let's do that again. Let's use it for this portion. Then pick the yellow and fill it in somewhere in between. While for the other end, I'll use a darker shade of yellow. Click, hold it down, click the color, drag, and drop it there. Okay, so this is what we have for this one. This is still very deep. Okay, so you can, if you want to make it lighter, you see the slider, you can make it lighter. Actually need it to be lighter. Alright, the same thing for this. Get the slider, change this color to CMYK. Alright, I want this to be 40%. Okay, 40% yellow. So this is what we have. So this time I'll just remove the other ones, and let's just repeat this again. So this is what we have. Now we can edit these other colors. Let's make use of let's use magenta. Get a lighter shade of magenta here. Get the magenta itself and get a darker shade. Let's try this. So turn on the slider. Okay, do 40%. Okay, for this part it's not looking very light, so I can just get a lighter shade, the CMYK, get the lighter shade. Or even in the RGB, whichever color you want to make use of. Okay, and this blends better. So we do the same thing for this area. Do the same thing for this area. Let's use the lemon. Check the slider, I need a dark shade. Okay, so this is what we have. Alright, so I can delete this center, select, can remove the outline. Okay, so this is how to go about this wonderful 3D square. Okay, if you're new to this channel, consider subscribing. Turn on the notification bell so you'll be the first to be notified when we upload our next video. Thank you for watching and see you in my next video. Bye for now.